Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Corey with My Healing Crafts, and today I came on because I did decide to make a tutorial of how to make the tall journals. And as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff on my desk, and it starts out with watercolor paper and regular paper that you need and your stamps if you're going to decorate and all of that. So let me move things out of the way because we're going to work on the cover, but before I get too far into it, I'm going to explain something because this is one thing that I have noticed that playing along with this, there are different watercolor papers out there, like all of these. I have all these different types here. And I actually used this one right here. And it said that it was 200 GSM, said it was pretty good paper. But to be honest with you, it's actually not that thick. And so, but I decided to use it. And what I did to actually color the one was some Easter egg dye that I put into spray bottles. Just works perfect at doing a big project. But anyways, so you can use different types. I mean, there's better watercolor paper like this. This would be actually, this one's a smoother one, but it's a really nice watercolor one that you could work with. Or there's even this one right here, which this one is, I mean, this is even thicker and it has the bumps and it just gathers the watercolor really, really well. So you can pick and choose on the watercolor you want. Oh, and welcome everyone. Thanks for stopping by on my channel and, you know, coming around, whether you're new, old, or all that. I appreciate you stopping by. So here is the one that I started with. And like I said, I used the two different colors to actually spray on it instead of just using watercolor, just to give it some color. However, I took it one step further because this one is not very thick, and I actually sewed down this really cute um, fabric on it because I was thinking of someone that is a subscriber of mine who is going through um, some hard stuff right now. And to be honest with you, it just um, makes me think of her and her strength, and wanted to possibly maybe send this to her. But it's not perfect, but that's okay. It's a learning curve on putting this. As you can see, there's like bumps on it, but it's all learning, right? But it's going to make a cute tall journal regardless of the bumps or whatever. I mean, she can end up doing whatever she needs with it. But I'm going to start off with this. So as I sprayed it and got it covered, it would take longer to do. However, I am going to use one of the examples of one of the other, we're going to use more of the smoother one. And I wanted to kind of show you, this is kind of how I did it, is I took, and this would take longer because you have to let it dry, but I just took my Easter dye and I sprayed it on. And then I took the other color just to make it a little bit darker so it wasn't so like bright like that. And to kind of, which they're very close in color, but you can see it did a nice coverage. And so that covers it pretty quick and everything. And even the desk covers the desk. But I'm going to set this off to dry, but I wanted to show you that's basically all I did to cover the the cover so that it has color to it. So let's get this all cleaned up because then we're going to start. And I used 12 pieces of paper in the journal. Hurry and kind of dry this a little bit more so I can move over this booklet. But so we're going to have, I have 12 papers, which we're going to just kind of, I went ahead and folded all the others. And then this is the last one. And of course it has sunflowers on it. And it, as you can see, it's not as big, but it doesn't matter because the point of it is just to have a little something in your journal. And I love the fact that it has the sunflowers with it. So that just makes it even more special in my book. But before we work on this part, we're going to actually do some stamping because I did actually find some of my sunflower stamps, and not all of them are complete sunflowers, but there's different ones that I have right here. And so I'm just going to hurry and stamp. And I have this Stampin' Up pad right here. It's more mustard. This is a used one that I actually found at the thrift store like a long time ago. So we're going to flip it open because it still works. So we're going to use it. And I think, we're going to start. I don't remember how well these stamp, but, and I can't see if it's on or not. We're just going to randomly stamp. Ooh, this might be drying out. Ooh, let's see with another one because I can't see. Okay, we may have to go to a different ink. Never mind, we're not using more mustard because that is not working out. Maybe we'll do, this is another one that I found. Maybe we'll do burgundy because it's close to, oh no, it won't go that well. Hold on. Trying to figure a color that is going to go well. Or maybe we'll just stick with, okay, we're just going to go with black archival ink so that it doesn't smudge. All right, we're doing it. Here we go. And we're just going to randomly put down our stamps. And yes, unfortunately, it's not going to give me the best stamping job because I don't have a lot of give on this, but at least this way I can fill up my papers however I would like, stamp over that one, and we're just going to do this and then wipe off the stamp, and then we'll do the next one. This one is really cute. It has a little tiny ladybug on it, but I don't think that's going to show up. But we're just going to randomly put, oh, that one, oh, it did show up. Hooray! Cute little ladybugs. But we're just going to randomly put down our stamps. Sorry for moving you guys. Just wherever, just randomly, even in the center, even though that's going to be where you're going to sew in your signature, we're still going to put it down. And we're just going to get it, kind of covered here. I really like this one. I think this one's a really cute stamp. Okay. And then I think we're going to use some of our smaller ones. It's not a sunflower, but I really liked it. So it's a great little filler if you think about it, with flowers, and things like that. Go ahead and just get it on randomly wherever. And this way we can just get this close to getting the journal made. These journals are super easy, and I just like what you can do. And like I said, I took it up a notch by sewing the fabric on there. Okay, and we're going to use one last, this cute little stamp that I have here. And we're just going to fill in a couple of spots. Looks like, this one is not doing the greatest job, but hey, that's all right. We'll just get it on so it all goes together. I think it's because the foam is so thick, it's harder to press down, and I don't want that, like what happened with some of those with the ink that gets around. Oh, just did it again. Oh well. All right. Well, I think that's good. You get the idea that it's about sunflowers. Okay, just gonna wipe this off real quick. And then, so now it's just putting together the signature here. Let me clear up these stamps so we have some space for stuff. that away. Okay, so now it's just a matter of putting in your signature. And I normally don't mind if like the papers hang out a little bit. Um, when it comes to all of this, I'm just going to put it in. And I tried to make sure that it fit within there, but once you put these all together, the one thing that you're going to realize, excuse me, sorry about that. One thing you're going to realize is that some of them, they will stick out. Like this one is really close to sticking out. And this is just all different types of paper. Some of it that I dyed myself, and then just random like computer, like this is computer printable paper that you can use inside of, you know, your journals and all of that. So it just makes it great to be able to do all this. And I'm just simply trying to put in different ones into it. I like the little cute daisies here. And we will just go ahead and try to break up some of this with each other. And that's why I flipped some of them inside out like that. Oh, I need to actually, we're going to switch that because this is kind of thin paper. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. So we put it all together, and what I'm going to do is make sure that they all just kind of stack up really nice. And get ready to clamp that so that they don't move on me. But it's just going to be sewn in with the pamphlet stitch and everything, and it's just going to just work out really, really easy. So now, got my bookbinding kit that I love, and here's the cradle. So we are going to simply, this is pretty small compared to this journal, but that's okay because what we're going to do is line it up, and I'm going to bring it down on the second hole right here on the top. And this is where I have to determine where about almost the center of this book is, which I want to say it's pretty close to about right here. And it doesn't matter if it's a little off, that part's not going to matter. And then I'm going to bring it around this way and then use the second hole again like that to be able to do that. And I probably should have lined that all up on here because now, well, if I determine about where I want it to lay, which that looks pretty good, what I'll do is clamp it here. Then I'm going to take my awl and go through the holes. And I'm sorry, you really can't see this, but I'm simply just punching through all of that. So now I've got it all lined up and ready to go. Okay, and now I'm going to take my needle, and I have this thread right here, which I'm going to double up and use that to sew because it goes really well with the colors that are on the front of it. So I'm going to simply thread my needle here like that. And like I said, I want to double it up. So I'm just going to bring it out, as you can see, like this. And because this is a taller journal, I have to be mindful about how much I may need. And I'm going to cut it like this. And now we're going to go into the middle of the journal. Ooh, that was an easy right through it. Woohoo! And we're going to go down to the bottom here because it's not clamped together. So then we'll come along and go through this piece here and come up to the top and leave a tail Okay, and then we'll come up to the top, come through here, and then we're coming back through the middle here. Try not to split your, let's see, where's my hole? Gotta find the hole. Right in here. Hello, should be like right there. Why are we not coming? Oh, that is not the same hole. Hold on, peoples. Sometimes it could be a challenge to. Oh, there we go. We're gonna go like this, and we're gonna try to tighten all our strings because I noticed this one loosened. So let's see if I can. There we go. We tightened it. Okay, so we're on both sides here, right? And we're simply going to just make sure it's really tight, and then we're going to check over here to make sure it's tight. And then we can go ahead and, oops, I don't do that because you'll break your thread on this one apparently. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tie off here. Well, hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Tie off again, and then we'll just, sometimes I don't know my own strength, and I know that thread is actually a little bit thinner than the ones that I usually use, so that could have been part of the problem. So I'm just going to simply put away my needle so I don't lose it, and we've got it already in and pretty much ready to go. Oh, I knew that was going to be an issue. Okay, let's pull it. One way to correct it. So one side's going to have one strand versus the other one. So which one is the, there we are. You know what I might do just to help out? I'm going to tie that into the knot there too. And we'll simply just go like this. And let's hope this stays together. If not, this is a learning experience. I also left the edges. I tore the fabric so that it would actually have the frayed edges and all of that, because it's an organic journal. You know, there's no perfection here, and doesn't need to have perfection. But just wanted to make it a quick video showing you how easy these journals can be to actually make. And it doesn't have to be anything like time consuming. You can come up with a pretty quick journal to be able to use and all of that fun stuff. So if you liked what you seen, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I will continue to put out videos and the things that I'm enjoying and what I'm doing in my craft room. And there shall be another one here soon. So hope to see you then. Thanks for coming by. Have a good day. Bye.